When you smile, I smile. That's the deal. I will not walk past you and not look you in the eyes and not acknowledge you. Instead, we will pass each other and say hello. Not with our words, for they are not the same, but with our faces. I meet you and I see there is good in your eyes. There's passion in your heart, and there's a friendly hello in your smile. And for the first time, we can relate and appreciate each other. That's all it takes. That's where it starts. Because I know that you will smile, and I will smile, and all the rest is easy.
I'm your host, Buddy Cunanan. Tonight's topic is sports, the future of Philippine sports. Joining us still are Ms. Susan Papa, the president of the Philippine Swim League, and of course, Mr. Go Tengkok, who is the president of the Philippine Amateur Track and Field Association. Welcome back, Ms. Papa, Mr. Go, to our second segment. Ngayon po, isa pong tanong, bakit ho, let's say, in our country of over 100 million people, our official Olympic delegation was only 11. Parang, I mean, how many sports are there in the Olympics? Bakit 11 lang yung pinapadala natin? At sino ho itong mga pinadala natin? Anong sports yung nag-compete?
Sa swimming, they only sent 2 swimmers because nobody really qualified the Olympic standard.
Okay.
Kasi merong Olympic standard time eh.
Okay.
So walang nakakuha nun. In absence of nobody made the Olympic time standard, you can send 2 swimmers regardless of time.
Okay. Now,
So,
itong dalawang pinadala are PASA members.
PASA members,
Are they the best in our country?
walang naging tryout eh.
Yes.
Kaya hindi mo masasabing,
So
are you
sino
the best?
pumili sa kanila?
Ang nakakatawa nga dito, na gusto ko sanang sabihin, may provision yun eh.
Oo.
Regardless of time, 2 swimmers, di ba? Pero Mark Joseph, knowing fully well na wala naman talagang magka-qualify, pero may provision na you should be competing to the World PINA Championship,
Okay.
which was held in Shanghai.
Okay.
So ang pinadala niya lang, yung dalawa. So automatic, siya na lang, kasi yun yung provision eh.
And so these two, these two we sent
Competed in the
in Shanghai, but they are not necessarily the best
Yes.
of our swimmers. So now, objectively, look at me in the eyes. Tell me,
Yes.
are they the best our country has to offer? These two na pinadala.
You can never tell because how can you tell when there's no tryout?
Okay.
That is open to everyone.
Let's talk about times.
To all Filipinos.
Okay. Let's talk about times. I'm sure kayo sa swimming industry, the swimming sector, alam nyo, yung time ni ganito sa 100 meters, ganito, yung time ni ganyan. Itong dalawang pinadala natin, kamusta yung time nila compared to other athletes? Mabilis ba sila?
Doon sa event nila.
Yes, yes.
But remember, there are many events. There are butterfly,
Yes.
hindi sila yung best.
Oh.
Or regardless of kung 50 meters or 100 or 200, iba-ibang event yan eh. Yung sinalihan nila, sila yung mabilis dun sa event nila. Pero how about dun sa backstroke? How about sa freestyle?
Have your
Do
swimmers
you know,
swum against them in any competition?
hindi nga pwede. Kasi
Hindi,
otherwise they
bawal.
will get
They will be
suspended.
removed from PASA.
Yes,
Wow.
they will get suspended.
So all these rules, or if they are rules in fact, all these regulations or what you call them, they actually hinder the Philippines from finding who is the best we can send.
Wala eh. Hindi. Siya lang yung namimili.
Oh.
Kaya, nung panahon ko, during my time, there is a tryout.
National tryout.
So, walang problema.
Yes.
Kung talo ka. Kung sino ang pinakamalapit dun sa PINA points na sinasabi.
Magkaalamanan na kung sino pinakamagaling.
Bakit
Yes.
hindi ginagawa yun? What seems to be the problem? Ang dali-daling gawin nun eh.
Napakasimple.
Ako
no
pagtalo,
brainer.
so wala masasabi lahat. Kasi may tryout eh.
So, yung
It's
pinakamagaling.
open to everyone.
Yes.
So, but now you will never say, are they the best? I can say and look at in your heart. How can we tell? There was no open tryout.
Yes. And that is not going on now. How about sa track and field? Meron bang mga open tryouts kayo? Or how do you determine who will be sent?
Well, you know, the athlete we send to the Olympic, we base on the best record. We evaluate with all the events. Let's say the event now, of course, he's the best in 3,000 steeplechase. He's the best in long jump. Now we compute in the IWF yung system, yung point system. Now who got the highest, and that is the one we're going to send.
Pero do you conduct open tryouts, Mr. Go?
We have always a special timeout, almost every
There should
month.
be that
So sa
special
track and
tayo.
field, open compared to swimming na hindi.
Hindi, yes. And do you know, buddy,
nako.
if I may say,
Yes, please.
yung 50-meter freestyle,
Okay.
the one that competed, yung pinakamahina sa Olympics, is 45 seconds. Eh, time lang natin ng ano yun 10 years old.
Huh?
Our 10 years old
Yes.
can swim 33 seconds. Pero yung nag-compete of another country, ang pinakamahina, 45. So that's what I'm talking about.
Wow. Wow. So if there were, what you're saying is if there were open tryouts, clearly the Philippines could have done very well. And
No,
and
what I'm
if
saying,
you find out.
yun yung pinakamahina.
Yes.
The slowest is 45.
Yes.
But that 45 seconds, our 10 years old
Can do it. Yes. Yes.
is making 33 seconds.
So if we found the best player, if we found the best swimmer through open tryouts, the chance of us winning a medal in one of these events would really go up.
No, not necessarily. Yung winning medals talagang that is impossible
Okay.
right now.
Okay.
Kasi wala nga nag-qualify eh.
Kailangan mag-qualify muna bago.
Wala nga nag-qualify ng Olympic standard eh.
Eh, yung wild card sana, let's say
yung
this
wild card na yun, pinadala lang siya nun because
Nag-compete sa
you are
Shanghai.
allowed
Yes.
to send one boy, one girl, regardless of time. At ang naging provision is you must compete in the Shanghai competition sa PINA. Eh, yun lang ang pinadala mo.
which
So,
is-
automatic.
Automatic sila na.
Sila na.
Yeah.
Ganun lang kasimple yung nangyari.
yeah.
And that was deliberately done because he knew very well that nobody will qualify.
Yes.
Kasi a year, 2 years, you know the Olympic standard. Eh.
Of course, of course. Now, very interesting, before we stop for our first segment, I mean, for a break, sabi ni Mr. Go, marami siyang sinabi ng words. Pinatay yung cycling, pinatay yung... Ano ibig sabihin nun? Pag sinabi niyo, pinatay yung cycling? Or pinatay yung ngayon gusto patayin yung patafa. Please define po.
You
Yung
know,
pinatay.
it is the problem with the leadership again. You know, like for example, the Dragon Boat, the head coach, Mr. Nestor Ilagan, he's performing very well. He's doing very, very good job.
Kilala ko po si
And
Boss Nestor.
he was able to win so many medals even in the world. But the problem, the president doesn't like him.
The president of
Mr. Olympic Committee.
POC.
Yeah.
Okay.
The
Mr.
reason
Guangco.
why president doesn't like him because Mr. Ilacan is so close to me. That is the only reason. Wala na ibang reason. Eh suddenly now, tinanggal na, inabsorb na yung Dragon Boat doon sa canoeing na.
Which is a
isang
completely
association-
different sport altogether.
Yes,
Iba yung canoe, iba yung canoeing sa Dragon. Alam ko kasi dati akong player ng Dragon Boat eh.
Yeah.
Nung panahon pa ni Mr. Ilagan, so I know him very well in the early 90s.
Now, like for example, like cycling, ganun din. Ayaw naman ayusin yung mga leadership. Lahat ng mga NSA, mga may pupema, kung sino gusto yan ang ginagawa.
Mr. Go, how does one become president of the Philippine Olympic Committee? Paano magiging presidente?
You know, during my time, I was still with Mr. Cojanco. I proposed to him, if you, let's say for example, like track and field, my last election 4 years ago, who voted for you? Those are the people who can vote against. Not the new member, like what happened to Bushu. Binago lahat si Julian Camacho, lahat yung mga member. Tayo malakas siya kay Piping. So, naging new president na. That's one thing, inaaway ko siya.
So, the POC president is elected by the presidents of the
NSA.
National Sports Association,
Yes.
one of whom is your good friend, Mr. Mark Joseph.
Mark Joseph.
Yes. Okay, it's
And
more clear now.
supposedly si Mr. Gotenkop, marami din siyang hawak na association eh. Yung Karate Do, yung Patapa nga, yung
Yes,
track and
yes.
field. I'm sure if he will be able to say why Mr. Cojanco is there, he would probably say, dahil sa kanya eh.
Totoo ba yun, Mr. Go? Kaya nandyan si President Guangco sa POC.
Like PKF, Kalateto, I'm the president. But the problem is, I become the president because of the election of 2008.
Okay.
I take over the PKF because of one of my best friends, the president, he had problem. He was in jail. So we need that vote because of the election. So I suggest to Mr. Coangco, IUPT, do you want to run for the PKF? But para make sure, sama ko si Mr. Joey Namasanta, yung number one trusted man ni Mr. Coangco, he will be my assistant.
Yes.
So, kunyari, ako ng presidente, actually, siya na nang patakbo yung sa PKF. Hindi ko alam yung arrangement ko. After the election, hindi ko alam yung arrangement ko. Sa tiwala ko kay Joey Namasanta, bigla lang ginawa yung kutita. Tinanggal ako. Wala sa lugar.
Yes,
So, lumaban ako, I filed the case against him. Nanalo naman ako eh. Ngayon, nakita ko sa Tiariote, always presenting Namasanta is the president. Alam mo, kung totoosin yan, contempt yan eh. We are all Filipino citizens. We are under the law. We have the decision from the court. Hindi naman dapat sila ginawa yun eh.
You know, it seems to me so many people want to become presidents of Philippine sports, national sports associations. And sabi nga ni Mr. Go, abunado nga siya. Bakit ho pinag-aagawan itong mga presidencies of national sports associations to begin with? Para sana, para sakit ng ulo pa yan. Gagastos ka. Wala, ang daming problema.
Alam mo, yung mga iba, hindi natindihan. Kala nila, may sahod pa yung mga NSA president. Yung tutusin, kami naman lahat kumakasos eh.
Yeah.
Yung association namin, yung administration expense, kami nang kumakasos eh. Ngayon, kung sinasabi mo yung maraming gusto ng maging presidente, ako, way back how many months ago, I really want to give up my position. Pero before I gave up, I want to claim my name. Dahil hindi na ako na gusto ni Mr. Coangco. Ginawa na ako personal gata, ginawa na expulsion, kung lahat yung pinakamasama ginawa. Siya na lahat yung ginawa eh. Dinanong ko, ano kasalanan ko? Wala siya masakot. Buong international federation, they know what's really happening.
Pero this story, what's happening pag undermine sa Patafa, sa leadership ng Patafa, pag undermine sa leadership ng Dragon Boat, pag undermine sa leadership ng swimming, I mean, if pag-control nito, this is not something unusual. Parang sa lahat ng NSA, nangyayari to. Ano ho yung reason? Why is it that pinakikialaman ng POC yung leadership ng mga ng NSAs?
Gusto ni Mr. Coangco, lahat yung presidente ng NSA, lahat kaling sa talak, yun siguro gusto yan eh.
Siya na namimili bali ng mga presidente. Kasi doon nga nanggagaling yung boto.
Yes.
Yun yung pinakapangit doon eh. So I think the national associations now should be educated. Kasi we are representing our country. Pabagsak na ng pabagsak.
Nakakaya.
Dapat na iintindihan nila na ang isa sa mga nagbibigay ng karangalan sa bansa natin ay yung sports.
Yes, yes.
Pero yun nawawala na rin eh. Kasi because of the leadership issue, mukhang hindi nila naiintindihan. Kaya nga ang sinasabi ko, that's where Philippine Sports Commission should come in. Kasi siya yung he was created to serve as the sole policy making and coordinating body for all amateur sports development.
Yes, yes.
Pero hindi niya rin nagagawa yun eh. Kasi, kaya nga lang, the problem is, Mr. Gotenka ko saying, ang naglagay sa, lalong lumala ang sitwasyon dahil si Mr. Piping Coangco is the uncle of the president.
Sure.
At ang naglagay naman sa PSC ay si Mr. Coangco kay Chairman Garcia.
Okay,
So, lalong palala ng palala ang
To
sitwasyon.
clarify, yung PSC yung nagbibigay ng pera sa mga National Sports Associations.
That's right.
Now, the head of the POC is Mr. Piping Coangco, and what you're saying is that siya yung nagpa-appoint dun sa chairman ng Philippine Sports Commission.
That's right.
So, if what you're saying is true, talagang there really is a conflict of interest there because the POC president will have really too much control or too much power over this government agency.
Yes. At sinasabi nila, oy, wala kayong pakialam. You have nothing to do kasi because of autonomy, di ba? Na we are independent, we have freedom. But what independent freedom? Is that mean na yung being independent and freedom na sinasabi nila, they have freedom to corrupt, they have freedom to bully? Hindi eh. Kaya yun ang rason, kaya tayo exactly pabagsak ng pabagsak sa sports.
Yung the politics behind
The
it,
politics
the
behind
power play, it affects the NSAs. Kasi syempre, if yung pag-control dun sa mga NSAs, yung biktima dyan, yung mga atleta, dahil syempre, focus is diverted from the athletes sa sport to the internal politics. No?
At kung hindi naman siya inilagay, ni Pipingkohan ko, si Mr. Chairman Garcia, doon sa posisyon niya, siguro magagampanan niya na maayos kasi hindi mo tutoleratin yan eh.
Of course,
Because
of course.
that's people's money,
Of
that's
course.
state money.
Of course.
So ang nangyayari doon, dahil pera yan ng kaban yan ng pera ng gobyerno natin, dapat you will see to it that it is being spent
Spent properly.
properly
Yes.
at pag nakita mong non-performing association na siya, kailangan meron ng dialogue dyan.
Yes.
Pinatatawag na yung mga stakeholders like us.
Yes.
Hindi man lang nangyari sa amin. O Susan, ano ba yung nagiging problema dyan?
Oo.
Sumulat ang mga batang manlalaro, hindi nila sinasagot. Sumulat ang abogado, hindi nila sinasagot.
Alam niyo, itong sa Olympics nga dapat wake-up call na to para sa atin lahat, lalo na sa ating presidente, si Presidente Noynoy Aquino, na wake-up call that we sent a team, very small team, we came back with 0 medals, and not just the Olympics, we're talking about Asian Games, wala tayong golds dyan, halos walang silver, also the SEA Games, lagi tayong kulelat sa medal tally. Wake-up call na ho to para
And
sa
we
atin
have
lahat.
been begging,
Yes.
pleading, lahat na. Nagmamakaawa kami, naglulumuhod kami na sana naman bigyan ng pansin ng presidente. Kasi palagi naman nasasabi ng presidente, ng mahal na presidente, na yung matuwid na daan.
Yes.
Sana tignan niyo po itong sports na magbibigay ng isang karangalan sa atin, sa bansa natin, at magagaling ang ating mga atleta. Pero hindi po matuwid ang daan. It's so crooked.
Yes, yes. Now, I understand the POC is at a crossroads, Mr. Go. Magkakaroon ng election for the POC leadership. When is this? I think next month, November? Or kailan po yung elections?
The third Wednesday of November.
The third Wednesday
of
of November. Now, si Mr. Piping Kuwangko is running again
Yes,
for
the
president.
third
Ano pong analysis niyo ho sa mangyayari?
Well,
with
sayang na sayang yung nangyari ngayon sa POC. This is the first time Philippine Olympic Committee is controlling the PSC. Now, that means to say, we have the fund. Now, the PSC, POC, if Mr. Kuangko is the uncle of the president, he has so many assets to get the sponsor. Diba? Now, kung meron kanya ng punto, maraming association, makaklik yan eh. Pero ginagawa ni Mr. Kuangko, he want to control. He want to control the POC. He don't want to be the good leader. Hindi na isipin yan, paano gagawin na para manalo tayong medal. Gusto na gagawin na paano matanggalin si Gotingkok, paano matanggalin si Susan Papa, paano matanggalin, para malalagay kung sino-sino ang tawag yan. How to protect Mark Joseph. How to protect those people out with him. Yun ang ginagawa eh. Look at what happened to the SEA Game of Indonesia. If he will pay more attention to get some sponsor, maraming pumapasok yung pera. Yun eh. Ginagawa, he pay attention. Araw-araw isipin na paano tanggalin si Gotingko. Yan ang accomplishment ng Mr. Kuangko. Wala na ibang accomplishment kung hindi yan ang accomplishment.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Are you running for POC president?
Yes,
Mr. Go?
I declare my running. As I said, I say that in my text message. I have no chance to win. You know, any party who fight the country chances to be a position, if you ask him, kahit sino sasabihin, manalo ako, pero I'm the one different. I tell you straightly, wala ako manalo. Why? I just want to wake up the NSA para matindihan nila, hindi, lumaban nga na kayo.
Yes.
Kayo, you are more qualified than me.
Yes.
There are a lot of people who are more qualified, they should run, not me.
Pero if things are so bad with sports now, bakit yung mga NSAs hindi gumawa ng, there's a coming election, if the NSAs are very upset with what's going on, bakit hindi sila mag-vote for change in leadership?
But it's the POC themselves that sila yung nagtatalaga doon sa National Sports Association eh. Like Mr. Romasanta, di ba? Parang
Because siya lang yung president ng karate doon, hindi ko natindihan eh.
Hindi nga alam kung bakit natanggal si Mr. Go eh. Siya na ngayon yung presidente. So,
Lahat yung NSA, pinalitan yan. Tapos, kontrolado yung mga pera. Who is brave enough to stand up to fight Mr. Cuangco?
Wala eh.
To me, I have nothing to lose. Not surprisingly, after my declaration to run for POC president, I received more than 100 texts, including international. My international friend, they told me, go for it. Do not let the people who know nothing sit in the office. These came from international, yung mga Sikkim Federation officer. They sent that kind of message to me. And many text me, go, Gotinko, go. I was so surprised. Those people, they don't believe me before. Suddenly, why? Because ayaw nila kipipikuhan ko. Ayaw nila. Maniwala ka, baka ma-supply. Lahat yung mga tawan ng pipikuhan ko, they are laughing at me. Oh, Gotinko, takbutan. Tingnan natin kung ilang boto makuha. Tawa ng tao sila ngayon, pero one day, iyak sila. Makita nila, bakit kanya nangyari? Dahil lahat tao ayaw sa kanila.
Yes, and as they say, the proof is in the pudding. And the mere fact that we cannot even accomplish anything in sports points to a problem talaga. That really is a deep problem that has to be corrected.
Alam mo, it needs divine intervention. Kailangan talaga ipagdasal yan eh. Yung mga National Association ngayon, lahat naman yan eh, merong mga sariling pag-iisip at alam naman nila na parating na yung eleksyon. And we are praying that 360 degrees, they must really think of our future in sports.
Yung election by open ballot or secret ballot?
A while ago, I understand Mr. Cuangco said that in the sport radio program. Sinasabi niya, sige, kung gusto lumaman si Gotinko, I will accept his challenge. Pero it should be open ballot. Why? Gusto mo naman sino na boto sa akin para yun ang hindi makuha ng punto. Yan ang simple lang. Yun ang simple lang.
Pero Mr. Go, Ms. Papa, before we go, in case Mr. Mark Joseph or Mr. Cuangco and or the representatives are watching now and they would like to respond to what you're saying, is it okay with you guys if I invite them to the show at magkaharapan tayo dito para we'll let the Filipino people know, you air your sides. I'll be the moderator. I'll bring,
Very much welcome. You know, that's what it takes eh.
Yes.
Dialogue.
Yes.
Kailangan maintindihan nila kung ano yung mali, especially Mr. Pepinko Hangko. I have known that Mark Joseph is running POC. Bakit pare-pareho kami ng problema? Dapat marinig niya eh. What's wrong eh?
So kung may forum, okay lang ho sa inyo na
100%.
to meet
Ako,
with them
agree ako
and
dyan.
to come out with them, Sarah, and we speak in front of Filipino people and find out and really air your positions.
Agree ako
Kayo po,
dyan
Mr.
eh.
Go.
Para
I'm
maintindihan.
always looking forward. There is a forum I can face Mr. Cuangco.
Thank you very much. Nako, Mr. Go, Ms. Papa, we've come to the end of our show, but thank you very much. And next week naman, we have part 2 of our series on the future of Philippine sports. Kasama natin si Attorney Mendoza. Yes. Tomorrow, next Thursday. So, Mr. Go, good luck sa inyo ho. Thank you very much. Good luck sa inyo and in your run for the presidency of POC. Ms. Papa, good luck to you and also Philippine Swim League.
Yes.
Bravo. Good job you're doing.
Thank you.
So guys, I hope you learned a lot about Philippine sports. Join us again next week for part 2 of the future of Philippine sports right here in Philippines Uncut. I'm Buddy Cunanan. We're here at the show where we talk about what matters to you because you matter the most. See you next week.